Fairmount Children's Home was founded in 1874 and is located on 6774th Union Street in Alliance, Ohio. Its formal opening took place on October 20th with an open invitation. The Alliance Review published an article on October 28, 1876, stating, "This new institution for the homeless children of Stark and Columbiana counties, 4 miles south of Alliance, is destined to much prominence, as it is the first kind in Ohio where 2 or more counties have combined under state law."
In the 20th century, the children's home was known for being a terrible place to send children because of the cruel headmaster who beat, raped, and tortured the children, and is even possibly responsible for the deaths of several children.
During a night in 1944, the children revolted and hung the headmaster from a pipe in the basement. It is reported that the headmaster still haunts the home and can even be seen in photos watching over the children. The hauntings continued even after the home was shut down and turned into a private home.
During the late 1990s, the home was abandoned and became a spot for people to explore and vandalize. On December 9th, 2002, the main building burned down and was eventually demolished. It's unknown what caused the fire, but it was most likely arson.
The police opened an investigation to catch the arsonist, but little evidence was found. The case was closed due to the little evidence, but the police told the people of Alliance that it was arson. Some people believed them and brushed it off, but many think that there was no arsonist. They think that the dead headmaster burned down the building.
Even though the main part of the building burnt down, a part of the home still stands. This part of the home is thought to be one of 4 things: a main entrance, a cottage, a hospital, or a nursery. In the remaining building, there are hospital beds, dolls, chairs, desks, tables, cribs. So it's kind of hard to tell.
Talk of the town is that a man used to visit the children in the home a couple nights a week. He would go in and kill a child, hide their body in the walls of the basement, and then leave. All this talk about the dark history makes you wonder if there were any good experiences that came out of this home. And there was. A lot of people say they had a good, maybe even great time at the home. They had 3 meals a day, a roof over their head, and they were even taught how to swim and play sports.
The Malvern Exploration and Paranormal Society visited the remaining building of the children's home during 2016. They entered through a door that led to the basement where the headmaster was hung. They said the basement felt an eerie presence, and sometimes you walk around, there are specific places that feel colder than others. Some say that you can even hear and sometimes see the presence of a person who had died there.
A woman who kept her name private said one night at about 2:45 in the morning, she was driving by the children's home and saw a figure standing in the window watching her drive by. She says it definitely wasn't a person. It had a sort of blue glow to it.
Another woman who kept her name anonymous said she had visited the children's home one night. She claims it was very unsettling to be in there and she felt like someone was following her throughout the home. When she got to the basement of the house, she says the floor was wet and discolored. She says it felt like someone was in the room with her and she could hear someone walking around upstairs, but she had nobody in the house with her.
After she got home, she didn't think anything of it and went to sleep. But at about 3 in the morning, she felt a cold presence in her room and sat up to see a blue woman in a 1940s-like nightgown standing at the end of her bed. She thought it was just a dream, but when she got up in the morning, she claimed the carpet at the end of her bed was wet.
Most people, like the woman who saw the blue lady in her house, snuck into the home. To get into the home legally, you have to have a permit and be toured around by a tour guide. If you sneak into the home, be very cautious because many people have gotten caught in the act by the man who owns the property. The cops will get called. This is an illegal act.